Yo, miro, orega represent El Raro, FLY da C da K, Kashi Da Handsome, hold up. Peace.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. Very hungry. Yeah. Yeah, check it out, yo. Now you don't stop. 止まるなこのまま朝まで乗っけてくぜ。生かした男、カシでハンサム調子はどうだ Yo, to my man 生かした男たくさんいるがこの中でも君へ見つけるぜカシでハンサム調子はどうだ 24/7 Yo, 眠らない歌詞は行くぞ Heaven この調子でそのまま行くぞカシでハンサムの別の4調子どうまさかこんなのよ生かしたフリースタイル見たのカシでハンサムがここ渋谷にいるや You represent Tokyo It's like that yo It's like this show It's like that yo It's like this show いやみんなチェックしてくれ俺が represent TK ちょっと待って Wait Mistake. It's like that, yo. It's like this, show. It's like that and that. It's like that, yo. Yo, to my hawk. Oh, no, みんな調子はどうだ今夜貸して半レジェンダリーなフィースタイルで超このまま生かして持ってくぜ調子どうだがまだまだ止まらない貸してハンサム俺の朝まで俺の家で君のハートがっちり掴むぜこれでよ調子どうKashi Da Handsome. Yo, check this out. This is Kashi Da Handsome for fake El Raro recordings. Yo, to all my cast otokos ready for this. Yo, みんなチェックしてくれ。And Shiron Wem featuring Goriki, my man. Yo, straight from 渋谷宇田川 Kashi Da Handsome 来ちまったぞ。お前ら全員独身にこの場はもらった。Kashi Da Handsome. Yeah.Check it out, yo. Now you don't stop. You're ready. じゃなくてこれは男 yo, yo, yo. 三つ乗りの水戸の電話に電話と人がみんな言ったわ。カシでハンサム電話に出んといけねえ。歌詞がこんな感じで出んと構えてといかんす男 yo. ドラムはグラディテイト。カシでハンサムいかんす男 right here. Yo, 渋谷。いえ、カチカチ山です。みつどこ今？調子どう君乗せたカシでハンサムこのまま行くか朝まで俺の To the bake dome 君たち乗せてくぜこのまま行くぞカシでハンサム On the mic live on stage 生かした男が定時行くぜこのまま朝まで We won't stop カシでハンサムと君と It's like that こんな感じ
こんな感じ。
こんな感じ、yeah.
3, 2, 1.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is President Street.
Yeah, that's cool. Let it play. Yeah, hello? Did you chat with Chris about scheduling a studio session? All right, great. Well, I work on many projects at the same time. Like each pile is a project. But I get them done and I send them out. But then the next project comes in or I need to do my research. These are different mixes and CDs that I'm working on. Man, these bells are driving me crazy. I hate it. Oh, man, such a pain in the ass. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
All right, so in my work, it's always about this kind of beginning of just the basic sense of just a scratch. But I translate that into a visual situation, so sometimes I might make it like just kind of a funny tag like that. Sometimes I might make it a larger piece. Sound and gesture, because I mimic the scratch. If you ever watch a DJ's hands move, you know, imagine if you took a pin and did the same thing, back and forth. Physical versus the mark, physical versus the invisible, you know. I'm reading this really good book about the American political process, all the political fiction, sort of corruption and weird stuff. So that's my Friday night reading tonight. Take a long bath, relax. My girlfriend's coming over in a little while. I've been working all week, so I'm just like, oh, I just want peace. Actually, Upski is involved with this no prisons movement as well.
I used to spend all my time trying to learn to break. But a lot of people break. You know, it's not that exciting. What's exciting to me is trying to actually change things.
Can y'all spend 75 cents?
I gotta go buy money machine out. I'm sorry.
Take that.
Right on the racetrack.
Are you filming me? You mind if you film?
Most advanced system on the road. From rain.
Hey, you gotta ask people before you film. I love your restaurant.
Thank you very much.
A friend of mine named Rishi Nav from Activism Records wanted to put out an album with all these underground MCs called No More Prisons. And there was an organization called the Prison Moratorium Project, which is actually organizing people to stop the building of prisons. I was writing a book at the time that dealt with a lot of different subjects, so I really could have named the book anything. I said, hey, I could name the book No More Prisons, and I could promote the book, which at the same time promotes your album and your movement. None of us had many resources to promote this. Now we have this force, and people are like, what's No More Prisons? What's No More Prisons? And me being a graffiti writer, I've always tried to get other graffiti writers to talk about more than just their names. You know, to write a message in a place where no one has to clean up after you, where it doesn't cost anyone tax dollars, where it reaches the public, where it speaks to the public. Because most graffiti writers are talking to each other. It's like, I'm better than you, da, 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 da. And I said, hey, let's talk to the people. So that's what No More Prisons is. It was the first national graffiti campaign for a political cause on sidewalks involving graffiti writers. Chicago, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Miami, Atlanta, you know, all the major cities pretty much got hit. We did about 25 cities between all of us. And I did a lot of them myself. This is Beyond the Suburbs. It's the first book I wrote. This is No More Prisons. It's my second book. And here's the No More Prisons album. And then this is our latest book about September 11. And we collaborated, made a movie. You know, in America, almost all the media is owned by 6 major companies. It means that this right here, what we're doing, having a conversation, is impossible between most people and most people in the United States, because they have us in front of our TV set, hearing what they want us to hear. The fastest growing places where people live in the United States are prisons and gated communities. People are operating on fear. Stay away. Stay out of my space. When you're in Europe and you take a plane, you fly out over a city, you go straight from the city into the country. Well, in the United States, when you fly a plane, you fly out of a city and you go through miles and miles and miles and miles of suburbs. So we're covering over nature instead of having compact cities development. And it's because people don't want to live with each other. What is happening in the United States is a crime. You know, we're paving over the whole natural wealth of the planet, and we're building these suburban houses which all look the same. There's less and less public space. There's less and less of a public. This is Harlem, USA. And this is where I work. You ready? So this is a pen. It says priorities. This is the US budget. That's what we spend on the Pentagon. This is what we spend on children's health, housing, education, environment. Children, do not be like us. Keep your priorities straight.
Tell me when.
When you're ready.
Okay. Peace, everybody. This is Cool DJ Red Alert from New York City. How y'all been? Respect due to everybody, real hip-hop people. Hip-hop forever.
Any number of things can be blown up.
Ready, you got Mr. Freeze on line 1?
Take a message! Shamey, take a message.
No? Okay.
Thank you. You know, it's all about challenging myself with kind of new shit that's out there, you know, and having done, you know, a couple of things, I'm still looking for new frontiers. I'd like to show you guys some little, like, filmy thing I'm doing right now. I downloaded, like, a bunch of movie trailers from the web. And then re-edited them. I think editing is kind of one of the keys of everything, really. You know, and if you think about it metaphorically, everything is edited constantly. Choices. Essentially, when I'm putting together like a t-shirt design, or somebody's doing a magazine layout, you know, it's the same as if you were editing a film. You're just not editing the film, you're working on t-shirt design. It's a new way of like, all right, yeah, I can do a piece. Can you do a piece in our shop? Oh yeah, no problem. But it ain't gonna be a piece on the wall. It'll be that, and you play that shit on your video. It's sort of better than if nothing was going on. You know what I mean? And at some point when it's too much, well then all right, you turn it off. So that's like the vein of it, you know, but that was like pre-9/11 actually when I was doing all this shit. You know, violence, guns, women, drugs. You know, it was like kind of all this shit. And then, like I said, I kind of like put the kibosh on that. Check these out. These are the 2001s. Okay. Those are pretty sweet. I mean, Lord knows I couldn't never wear them. Number 1773 of 2001. So there we go. I mean, it's part of the camo theme. That went back to like 96 when I first put my site up, and that was like my mindset then, like all this like kind of aggression. You know? But then I realized like it was only a prop. Like it was all just to like beef up, you know, where I was coming from. And yeah, I mean, in a metaphorical sense, I still think like there's a war. And I don't mean with Al Qaeda or anyone. There's kind of like a creative ongoing war, you know, where you're kind of trying to do battle against like the whack things that are out there. So I'm sort of a soldier in that fight. You know, I have 4 years actual military, you know, history. Although I should even be more braced for war now, I'm actually not. I'm more braced for like strategy and, you know, like whatever, planning, mission planning. The name of my character was Point Man. It's kind of the representation of the guy that's out in front of the group, like kind of checking it out and, you know, doing reconnaissance. But I want to fall back from that role now. I think there's a lot of other qualified, you know, recon personnel that can fill that role, and I can be more of like a logistical, you know, guy. Not a general, you know, not maybe even an officer, you know, but just like a high-ranking enlisted guy who's like been in the service for a while, and, you know, if you have the ability to psych yourself up to do something, then you can do it, no problem. You know what I mean? And if in doing that means you have to pretend and play games, even if they're only inside your own head, I don't know, maybe it's from being an only child, you know, and having to be very like imaginative, and I'm into it. I wouldn't have it if I didn't. If I didn't think it was cool, I certainly wouldn't have it. But it's like now, you know, hey, all right, don't take my iBook away. But short of that, I don't really think I need anything else.
Futura is my name, and I say graffiti. It's where I got my fame, but it's not my fame that I'm here to claim. I want to tell the real story about my game.
All right, let's go get something. Oh, wait, one more thing I'll show you real quick. This is a guitar that I painted for Eric Clapton. course, it's going to get a clear face and, you know, heavy lacquer job. It's kind of a use tape as the actual outline. That'll all get sealed down now. And that's it. So yeah, this is, you know, you guys know where you are, right? You're out here in, you know, Williamsburg. It's beautiful today, though. That's why we had to get out of there. We're gonna walk around this way. Oh, is he really? Okay, yeah. The Smart Girls is the shit, though. Yeah, I love that. Fregola. Yeah, like I didn't understand then, like I certainly understand now. It's like, who am I to control the timing of the whole culture? You know, how can I dictate, like, you know, my best ally is the culture, you know, is my place in it. Like, the fact that I'm an old school guy, you know, it doesn't hurt my reputation, you know, it only builds on the myth of more like, oh yeah, yeah. You know, like things like The Clash, it just seems like somebody else's life, not even mine. You know, it doesn't even feel like me. I remember being in London, hanging out with them and like having a leather jacket and kind of trying to get my hair right. And I was on the subway the other day, I was thinking like, how many ridiculous styles have I been through in this whole transition of who I am? You know, like the looks, the clothes, the haircuts, you know, like the crazy, like trying to get into a scene, like, oh yeah, I'm down with this. You know, and now it's all kind of like, ah, right, whatever. You know, it doesn't even matter. You know, the content really matters. You know, that's what matters. You know, because like I said, I mean, I maybe, ironically, still don't even know what I want to be. You know what I mean? Kind of, almost.
As you can see, starting a day in New York is always hectic, and you got to deal with 20 zillion little details and variables. So, being in the city, man, just adds extra stress to everything. I'm just hyper, I guess, you know, always working on different situations. If I wasn't doing a lot of different stuff, I'd be very bored. All right, let's see, today's news. Suicide bomb hits Tel Aviv. Ex-Klanman gets life. Body of an intern who had been having an affair with a U.S. congressman. Al-Qaeda tip. New York's been on alert. You know, I just want peace right now. Hey, sir, maybe it's better to go to 2nd Avenue. What do you think? Sir, maybe it's better to take 3rd now. It's okay. I mean, we got the worst.
This is food, which is the basis of culture. Homemade food, as you can see, I brought my own plate because I didn't want to use a styrofoam plate. And people look at me funny. They say, why are you bringing, they call me plate man. I like your plate. You see that man had a plate?
You started the movement.
I didn't start it, but I'm happy to be part of it. This is a police station. After September 11th happened, you couldn't drive a car in this whole block for 2 months because the police said there were bomb threats. Please, who's gonna make a bomb threat at a police station right after September 11th? They were doing it because they're trying to condition us to get used to the idea that, you know, we have to be stopped and searched everywhere we go. You know, because we can't be trusted. This is it.
Hey you, yeah, you. First, me introduce myself. My name is General. But me wanna ask you one thing. Why you sitting in front of that bomber telly watching me, you know? Today, may I speak about Babylon. Babylon is the evil scum of the earth. You know, people step up to me and talking about, yo, we want justice, we want this, we want that. Fire upon that. Only thing we need is love. Love, 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 love. Yes. But me I say, oh my, hey, girl, come over here. Hey, me I say like Dizzy Gillespie. Bless, catch you later.
Love is my life. 寂しさや はい、日本語でいいんだ菅野優子です。お父さんとはよくちっちゃい時は毎週日曜日は釣り行ったり、あとなんか野球一緒にやったり、まあいろいろよく遊んでました。まあお母さんとも今でも一緒に買い物とか行きますし、ご飯食べに行ったり、まあ料理とかも一応こう見えても作るんでまあみんなで兄弟ともワイワイ仲良くやってます。今日はこの T シャツなんですけど、そうこの T シャツ実はこれお兄ちゃんの T シャツでそう実はこれ今日着てきたことをお兄ちゃん知らなくてごめんなさい、勝手に着きますRaise boys and girls the same way で大切なメッセージだOkay, finish. This kanji is my name. I'm Kanno Yuko. I love 音楽 music. I love world peace.
これは何？
これなんか失敗した。なんか書かなきゃよかったと思って。とりあえずなんか絵が欲しかったんですよ。Love is my life. 自分を
Yeah, it's a composer named Pierre Boulez. You ready? But it's not going to be in time. It's not in time. I'm just taking elements of what I need. Remember I was saying I'm just small snippets. Marquis de Sade, Jimmy Wisner Trio, Jelly Roll Morton. It's jazz records, it's electronic stuff. It's my own material. And then I slowly build a mix. By the time it's all finished, nothing will be recognizable. Everything's going to be edited and really spliced apart. It's a remix. I'm taking elements from some of my own drum beats and patterns. Then I recycle them. So what we do is I'm going to be editing material from there and my laptop. We compile it all on that computer there. And eventually, after a couple hours, I mean, it's a lot of small details. So you see all these frequency lines? We have to dig in and edit all of that. All right, I just want to keep using my time while he's getting that set up. Stop for a moment, please. All right, that little horn stab at the beginning, that's going to go, bam, and then the turntable stuff you just heard.
Okay.
But with literally like no space. Are the turntables up? No, mute the drum beats. Yeah. Wow, there's an intense hiss. We gotta, and that's the cleanest recording they have. Maybe we should, that's gonna take a quick second to clean up. That's the end, right? And while you're doing that, I'm gonna add little sketches of things, just to see how, yeah. All right, let me hear. I'm not hearing anything. Oh, there we go. That sounds cool. By the way, I'm buying something that has my credit card number, so. I have to download this software to make something work. Okay, let's mute the drums for a second. And I want to get a copy of the track layered against itself. Where did I put? Because it's the piece is called Pli selon pli, which means fold by fold. The whole thing is about folds and fragments. So the guy's one of my favorite composers, so I want to really make sure. I just wish I had more time, because of course everybody always needs everything, like in one moment.
In 1980, there were 500,000 people in US prisons. Now we have 2 million people. You know, the crime rate is the same. And actually, we have 12 times as many women in prison now as we had in 1980. The prison industry is a business, and it is vacuuming up a huge portion of the population. People are doing 10, 15, 20, even 25 years for minor nonviolent drug crimes. What is the real effect of this? Because they get us scared about the murderers and the rapists, and then they lock up all these nonviolent drug offenders who are not a threat to society. They're maybe a threat to themselves, but they need drug rehab and job training, not to be locked up in a cell for $30,000 a year. It costs us, the taxpayer, an arm and a leg, but for them, it's a huge profit. They say poverty is very expensive, and it's expensive for us to pay the companies that are pimping this poverty. This is what I like. This is a sticker created by the Rainforest Action Network. It's a takeoff on Citibank, and if you look closely, it says, "We screw you and the third world too, Citibank."
Do you know DJ Noise? Yeah. You heard? Classic.
It says DJ Spooky Wild Styles in the area.
Don't become more like America. Hold on to what you have, it's good.
You know, I do work with a group of people, although I'm like a special operations unit.